Hey guys, it's Borderlands here. Today I'm going to be showing you through my version of the Ripper build. This build's been out, going around YouTube for a while now, and how it's utilised. So when you melee an enemy with this gun and then shoot them, just like that, this blood that's on the end of the gun will appear on the enemy, which will then mean that they are debuffed and will take increased damage from this weapon, and it's a substantial amount. Okay, the way we're going to proc this though isn't by meleeing like this, it's going to be by spamming our Mantis cannon with a Stinger shield, because the shield does melee damage and it creates a Nova on action skill start or break. So there it is, and anyone within that blue ring, the Nova ring, will get a debuff on them and take more damage. The shield itself, also that Nova does massive damage anyway because it's got mayhem scaling. And the guns we're going to be using, obviously a Ripper, and I found the best gun anointment to have is next 2 mags on them. Anyone you really fancy, you just have to farm them. As you can see, I've been farming a lot, and that's the only next 2 mags fully auto I found. The coil there is to get that for fight for your life because it's horrible with Zane. The trick Unforgiven, I've got that because it's high crit damage, and if you have that equipped in your hand and then shoot someone in a crit spot with your Mantis cannon, that crit damage goes over to it, so you can hit like stupid numbers. I hit an ad for 130 mil the other day in melee run takedown with it. The Psycho Stabber, everyone knows if you're holding this Psycho Stabber and you use your Nova, the the melee damage from it transfers over to it, so you can do crazy damage. There's been builds put out there where you don't even have to shoot your gun, you can get through the takedowns by just literally holding this gun and spamming the Nova. So the Stinger, as I said, you can get it in any element. It just depends what other elements you're running. So, for example, I'm trying to get as many different elements out of this as possible. So I've got a Corrosive, I get the Electric off the shield, I get the Radiation off the Grenade action skill end. You're always going to have 100% uptime on this Radiation because you're spamming the cannon, so it's every magazine. And also, the main part of this build is a cut purse static charge. You need to have a cut purse. This gun, the Ripper, drinks ammunition and drains it so fast. So just make sure you've got that equipped. And you don't actually have to slide for the static charge to take effect. You just have to use your Nova on your shield. So every time you use your Mantis cannon while with that shield equipped, that will proc that shock and it will bounce between the enemies. And it does a lot of damage, to be fair. It does a fair bit of damage, okay? And obviously, because it's a dealing melee damage replenishes ammo, every time we spam our Stinger and it hits an enemy, we get ammo back. Okay, so it works really well. So you're always at 100% ammo, and if you're playing with friends, they're always at 100% ammo as well. When it comes to the skills, this is the tree we've took. We've not gone 5 into Art of War because I found that it doesn't really make that much of a difference, but I found because we're always aiming for crit on this is better. I've gone for 2 in here, just obviously because the extra damage we're aiming down the sights. And this, we want to be spamming our cannon to get as much of this stacked as possible. The reason I've gone for mana focus is because I want to get the accuracy and handling on this as high as possible because it's an SMG and high fire rate. It can be inaccurate if you don't have points into this. We've gone for the cold shoulder, and we've also gone for this so we can freeze some enemies and we can spam it. Blue tree, we've gone all the way down to the bottom. The reason I haven't gone for playing dirty, I found that my DPS was higher running violent violence because of the mass fire rate. We can just get the rounds off a lot quicker. And 1 point into lifesteal is all you need because you're doing that much damage that that's enough percentage of lifesteal to fill your health up. Green tree, you can go anywhere you want here. This I like because we're going for crit hits and we can freeze the enemies. And we just, as long as we get into distributed denial, that's all you really need. And then for the action skills, I'm running these 2 here, mainly because I want the protection all around. And then obviously this one here, it's pretty simple why we want that. To get that movement speed, the reload speed for the SMG, so it's pretty nice. Okay, and as I stated, nothing in the orange tree at all. Guardian rank, all of these are staying active. And the reason it does a lot of damage, you want to get Groundbreaker, you want to unlock that as quick as possible really if you want to play with this build, just because of the aftershock. So melee attacks or slam will trigger an aftershock, dealing 25% of all non-melee damage you have dealt over the last 5 seconds. So obviously you're dealing non-damage melee, really high damage with your Ripper, and then you melee by using your shield, your cannon. That works as a melee, remember, the Nova, and then that procs the Groundbreaker. So you can get a massive amount of damage on that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now take you through the melee one takedown, just to start bit, just so you can see how this build works, and yeah, see how we get on. Guys, first thing we're going to be doing is chucking our barrier down, picking it up, and then we're going to be spamming the cannon to keep the barrier up at all times, and also to build our stacks for the damage. First thing I'm going to show you is this revolver and how the damage transfers over from this over to the enemies. So first of all, I'll show you here, 105mm. I think this was a Jolts dude build that he put out. 118mm, so that's great. It works on this build, 118mm, and then I'll show you the other one, Psycho Stabber. There you go, they're all dead. So this works well for clearing ads if you want to use it. Yep, dead. Okay, but what we're going to be showing off today is the Ripper. So remember, aiming down the sights, keep spamming the shield. You want to be getting them in the area to get the debuff. There you go, the radiation's kicked in there and blow them all up. Get rid of these barrels. And he's dead. So remember, Groundbreaker from your Guardian rank is going to be doing a ton of damage because of how much gun damage you're dealing. So as long as you keep spamming this and shooting people every time, your Nova is going to be doing massive damage. So as you can see, just like that. Okay, so we've got the Kraken coming through in a second. I'll show you how much damage this can do to him. So we'll try and get him to come out so we can actually see rather than just looking through that red door. So we'll just kill some of these for now. Okay, right, so he's out. Let's kill the ads first. Okay, right, so let's get him now. Okay, so as you can see, it does massive damage. So, and as I said, you can have this on any element on next magazine. It's just kind of personal preference. You kind of want to be mixing the elements up as best as possible. So I'm running like 4 different elements on this build at any one time, really. I know it's not quite a Mara where she can run all 6, but still it's very good, still very powerful. And depending on your playstyle, you know, you can switch between this and just hit people with the cannon. You can just pull out your Psycho Stabber and just nuke everything. Or you can, you know, run the Ripper and have some fun with that. I really like this gun. I definitely recommend it and go for the farm. Yeah, I just want to shout out to Poker and Edward for helping me farm this gun. They spent literally hours and a couple of days just helping me get hold of a few and test them and see what was right. And yeah, if you like this or you've got any comments that could improve my build, or if you just like the build in general, let me know in the comments. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.